Third grade. Okay, so today I want you to make sure you have your reader's notebook out, and we're going to take a look at page 118 and 119. Okay, both these pages are working with possessive nouns. Possession, we know, is when we show ownership. Okay, and so the only difference between these two pages is one is working on singular possessive nouns and the other is on plural possessive nouns. And we know the difference between singular and plural. All right, just like I said in the video, if you have a singular noun and you want to show possession, you're going to add an apostrophe S. Okay, so all you're going to do to the end of a noun is add an apostrophe and then an S if you have a singular noun. Okay, now the only time that that might not be true is if the noun ends in an S. Okay, so for example, if Lucas, we could say Lucas with apostrophe S, or we could say Lucas just apostrophe. Okay, so as I said in the video, that can kind of go either way. Either way is kind of deemed acceptable. But for most cases, if it's a singular noun, you're just going to add an apostrophe S to show ownership. Okay, so on this workbook page, let's take a look at what you're going to do. It says write the possessive for each noun below. So friend, it doesn't say what belongs to a friend, but let's say we're saying a friend's house. Friend's house. I can't really write very well right there, so I'm just going to do it on a Post-it note. We would write friend, we'd keep the word friend, and then we do apostrophe S. Friends, a friend's house, a friend's house. And you didn't have to add house. I just think it's easier when you can see what you're doing, okay? So the apostrophe would come after the D and then an S to show ownership, that the house belongs to the friend. Okay, let's take the word Emma. Okay, so Emma's laugh is silly. Emma's laugh is silly, the laugh that belongs to Emma. Okay, Emma is singular, so we just take the word Emma and add an apostrophe S, Emma's laugh. And that would be it. Okay, so you're going to continue working on those. Sorry, let me put Emma's down here. Okay, you're going to continue working through the next six, so that just adding the apostrophe S to show ownership. Okay, on the bottom of that page, you need to underline the noun that should be possessive and then write the possessive form on this line over here. Okay, so we'll do one together. The man's hobby was to build furniture. That doesn't sound right, does it? Okay, so it would be the man's hobby. It's the hobby that belongs to the man. There's one man and he has a hobby. Okay, so we're going to write man's hobby instead of man. So it'd be man apostrophe S. Okay, and that is what you would put on this line. Oops, what part did I forget of the directions? Underline the noun. So then you're going to underline the noun. The man should be underlined. Oopsie. Okay, I'm not very good at this. Okay, so since man needs to be possessive, we'd underline it and then we'd write what it should be, the man's hobby. Okay, so you're going to continue to work through those together on your own. Okay, and then send a picture so that I could check and see how you did. But each one is a singular noun, only one of that person, place, or thing. Okay. On the next page, the only thing that's changing is that we're talking about plural nouns. Okay. Now, plural nouns, if it ends in an S, most plural nouns will end in an S, right? Because in order to make something plural, we add an S or an ES to the end of it, right? So, for example, bike, bikes, book, books, right? More than one book would be books. So the plural form, if it already ends in an S, you add an apostrophe to the end of the plural form that ends in an S. Okay, so if it already ends in an S, all you do is add an apostrophe. If it is one of those exceptions that does not end in an S, okay, and we'll see a couple together down below. If it's one of those exceptions that does not end in an S, but it's still plural, you're going to add an apostrophe S, just like we did for singulars. Okay, all right, so let's take a look at number one. The direction is write the possessive form of the plural nouns. Number one, men. Men. Men would be plural. It's more than one. Okay, more than one man are called men, but it does not end in an S. So to make it plural possessive, we're going to keep men and we're going to put men apostrophe S. Okay, men apostrophe S. So you're going to write that down here next to men. Right? Number two, babies, more than one baby, babies. Okay. So the baby's cribs, right? More than one baby, more than one crib, but the baby's cribs or the baby's cries or the baby's books. Okay. If it's already plural, more than one baby, it ends in an S. So all we're going to do is, you got it, add an apostrophe. So here's the word babies. And we're going to just add an apostrophe. That's all we're going to do because it already has that S there. Okay, babies. Okay. Oh, hold on. There. I don't know why that does that. Sorry. Okay. Oh, I did it again. All right. You got what you got to do. Okay. So you're going to continue. You're going to make books, fish, and shelves possessive. Now, fish is another tricky one. Remember, fish, kind of like deer or moose, could be one or more. So think about what you're going to do. And then at the very end, you're going to write 3 sentences for 3 of the possessive plural nouns. So you're going to take one of these and write a sentence with it. Then you're going to take a second one and write a sentence with it. And then you're going to take a third. So you're going to choose from these 5. You're going to use 3 of them to write 3 different sentences on the bottom. Remember that your sentence has to start with a capital letter, needs to end with an end mark, needs to have a subject, and it needs to have a verb, right? All right. And you're going to have a possessive noun in your sentence. All right. Good job, everybody. And as we finish, let us sing the word apostrophe. Have fun drawing those apostrophes. We miss you. Have a great afternoon.